right here, this is not your average furniture flip. What you're looking at is a massive, outdated, huge, chunky China hutch. And honestly, it's a little sad. Most people would walk right past this if they saw it at the thrift store, but I saw something else. But can I turn it into what I'm seeing in my brain? Well, that's the challenge for today. My goal today, well, we're gonna turn this drab old school hutch into a sleek mid-century modern statement piece. It really can become one, but it's gonna take a little bit of finessing to get to. But here's the thing, the size, the shape, the style of this, well, it's basically all wrong and it's really, really bulky the way it is. So we have to change that. Let's see if I can really pull off this epic transformation that I know that buyers in my area will really love if I can get this to look the way I think it should. First thing I need to do is the hutch top is got to go. We are not going to keep this part on there. So I've got my helper out here with me today, and he's going to help me get this off of here so we can get started. Woo! Okay, I lost my bucket, so this is gonna have to make do, but I've got some warm water in here and I'm gonna use some simple green and we'll get this all cleaned off. There's no hardware on today's flip, so I don't have to take the time to take that off, but there's a lot of furniture polish. So I'm definitely gonna use my simple green to cut through that before I can go any further. I want to take the base off of this to give it more of that MCM look. So I'm going to be attaching my own base and feet on this to give it a little bit of height. But I need to get this part off first. So there are 4 screws underneath here, and hopefully it comes off pretty easily. Guess what product I've been obsessed with for months, and they just so happen to be the sponsor of today's video. Ever since I started taking AG1, my digestion has been so much better. My bloating is way down. It's one thing I definitely started to suffer with as I hit my 40s. It feels like my body's actually absorbing these nutrients.
AG1 is a drinkable multivitamin with gut health support. 1 scoop contains your multivitamin, pre- and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants into one delicious daily habit.
And the best part, I don't even need a separate multivitamin anymore. AG1's got it covered. They even dropped 3 new flavors: citrus, tropical, and berry. And you know my viewers are always going to get the best deal. If you follow my link below and order AG1, not only are you going to get the welcome pack, you're also going to get your very own bottle of D3K2 included in this, and if it couldn't get any better, a handful of your very own travel packs to take on the go, so you never have to skip a day of AG1. If you guys are ready to fill in those nutrient gaps and feel better during the day like I do, go check out that link below for AG1. You're gonna love it. I love it. So a big thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. So we can already tell by what the drawers are made out of that this is not a vintage piece of furniture by any means. If I had to guess, it's probably made in the late 80s, early 90s by its construction and design. But here in the back, this is all fake, and this is all just particle board with a very, very thin piece of veneer on the top. This is the part that I'm going to try to sand. If I blow through this at all, my whole idea is shot. I have got nothing, not even a fingernail's width to work with of veneer here. But I'm really going to try. But the second I blow through this, it probably means that I have to paint it. So I'm going to try really hard to make my vision come to life and just sand this so that I can apply a stain to it and give it that really cool MCM vibe. Everything has been sanded down, but I am dealing with some different kinds of woods, different tones, and most of it is really cheap. So I am just going to use some pre-stain over all of this, and just one brush that I have set aside just for my pre-stain, and just make sure that the stain I'm going to put on this hopefully isn't going to be too blotchy. So I'm kind of like doubling down on that with the pre-stain just to help make sure that there isn't any blotchiness with my end result.
trying a new base build from another YouTuber that I saw that had more of like an MCM feel or vibe to it. So I made a template of how I wanted one of the feet to look, and then I just traced out 4 of these so that I could cut out all of my feet. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments below if you like this newer style of base or if you like the ones that we've been building for years. I kind of like the difference in it, and it looks a lot more MCM, which is what I was going for, but it took me quite a few hours to build this one, just getting used to the new style.
Day number 3 out in the garage. It is time to stain, and I am going with a traditional MCM color, and that is General Finishes in the color Candlelight. So this is a gel stain, and I've chosen a gel stain because I have, 1, a mixture of different wood types, and 2, the carcass of this is really made out of just not good materials. And since gel stain has a larger molecule, it doesn't soak in quite as much as a traditional oil-based stain, and it really helps cover up, or hopefully is going to help cover up, some of the imperfections that are in the wood a little better than a regular stain would. So I've got this still on its side. I'm going to start on the base first, so just to make sure that I get everything around the base covered in this before I flip it over, and then work on the body of the dresser. That General Finishes stain says it needs to dry for 24 hours before you can do anything else to it. And I wanted to see if I was gonna have to do a second coat, and it is still a little splotchy on the top. I was really hoping to top coat this today, but I'm not really happy with how that top is looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a second coat on the top and probably the base. And if it makes everything 2 different tones, well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do the entire thing. But that's okay. We're just going to take this as another staining day. It's really quick to put on that gel stain. And the only thing that it's eating up is a lot of time, because it does take 24 hours before I can top coat it again. But we're making progress. All right, the stain is dry and it's time to top coat. I don't normally use General Finishes products only because they're a little high on the price point, but when you're doing some styles like these MCMs, they just have the colors that I really haven't found that other companies can match really well. So when I picked up the Candlelight stain for this, I also picked up some of their gel top coat in the satin finish since I used a gel stain. I was thinking I was going to be able to use my Wagner sprayer and apply this, but when I opened the can, that's not going through a sprayer at all. So it says to apply this with a sponge or with a oil-based brush that's specific for oil-based stains or top coats. I know I've got one of those laying around, so I'm going to have to find it. This was not the way that I thought that I was going to go, but let's start applying this.
This gel stain top coat really acts more like a finishing wax in my opinion. It's really thick to put on, like you saw, it looks like pudding. But after you put this on and you wipe back the extra, it leaves this beautiful satiny finish behind that is absolutely perfect for this project. If you decide to use this product on a project, just be sure to follow all the directions on the can as far as recoat times and how many coats you need depending on the project that you're doing.
Finish getting all the doors and the magnets back on, and then we can stage this thing. Now, how is that for a before and after? One massive outdated hutch completely transformed into this sleek mid-century modern dresser. What do you guys think about that? Did I pull off this epic transformation that I was aiming for? Or would you have gone in a totally different design direction? Would you have even seen that this is what was possibly lurking underneath that huge outdated piece of furniture? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this challenge come to life, hit that like button. It really helps my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next flip. I've attached another Hutch flip here to watch next. And until next time, let's keep turning those lemons into lemonade. I'll see you soon.